Hello, my friends, and welcome to our next camping adventure. Cheers to you, folks. Holy catfish, we've had some crazy weather this week, my friends, but we'll talk about that some more when we get down that campground. So right now, let's get red fired up. Y'all buckle up, grab you a beverage of choice, and let's get headed in that direction. Appreciate y'all coming along. Y'all take care, and I'll see you when we get there. Let's go. All right, my friends, well, we've got Red situated. He's good to go, well, where he's sitting for the night. We got some stuff to do in the back. But anyway, here's our campsite for this evening. Oh my gosh, it's pretty nice. And fortunately, we got a lot of gravel. I'll talk about that more in a little bit, my friends. So right now, let's grab a seat and sit down and relax for a bit. Cheers to you, my friends. Pardon the wind, but oh my gosh, after how this week has gone, that's a nice trade-off. We've had rain every single day this week, thunderstorms all over the place. It even rained a little bit real early this morning, but not too much. And we've got another thunderstorm moving in, probably about, it's supposed to be here probably about 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, so we'll see how tomorrow goes. But right now, my friends, I am just so glad to get out here on this day. Our temperatures, we're going to be record-setting temperatures today. We're going to be in the lower 70s. Holy catfish. We're out here in short sleeves. That's amazing. So I'm pretty happy. Oh, and well, we're going to relax here for a bit. And a little later on, I got a new 12-volt battery for Red, and we'll get into all those details later. But we're going to hook it up and test it out tonight. We're getting ready for, since we're in a primitive site tonight, so no electricity, but with the temperatures being what they are, I thought this is going to be a good opportunity to test this battery out before we really get into the full-blown spring summer camping season. Holy cow. Oh, and since the weather's so nice, I've been wanting to grill out, so we're gonna grill some. I'm gonna season up. I'll show you one way I season up my hamburgers. We're gonna have some grilled cheeseburgers, And fortunately, since everything is pretty wet, I brought the little portable grill that we're going to cook on. And I noticed in our fire pit over there, unfortunately it's full of trash. And a lot of times I'd clean that out, cans and whatnot, but there's a ton of broken glass in there. Holy cow. I mean, I think when I go to the campgrounds, I think that upsets me most, that people just leave their trash behind. I mean, so when I see one of the DNR people, I'll flag them down and let them know what's going on back here, because they can come back here with a shovel and clean it out. But with all that broken glass in there, I'm not sticking my hand in that joker. That's just an accident waiting to happen. Well, my friends, as I stated, this is a beautiful day. So I'm just going to kick back here and relax. We've got a good, couple of hours before it's time to even think about getting dinner going. But I'll relax here for a little bit, and then I'll break out that new battery I got and show everybody, and we'll get it all hooked up. So everybody out there, appreciate y'all hanging in there. Y'all take care, and well, we'll catch up when it's time to get that battery out. All right, my friends, let's go over this new battery. Now, the one I had before was a monster, and I'll throw a picture up of that joker. But it was a deep cycle marine 12-volt battery. But it's about on its last legs. I've had it for about 6 years. So I wanted to get a new battery, but my needs back here are pretty minimal. So this is what we got. Got everything right here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this name, but that's the battery. Actually, I got it on sale off of Amazon. It was less than $45. But what I liked about it, it has 15 amp hours, and it's supposed to be good for 4,000 discharges. I guess we'll see. And here is my connectors. Now this, I haven't made a permanent connection yet because we're still in the testing phase. So let me get, and also what I have in here is I've had this for a while. It's just a backup battery bank. And what's nice about that battery is they sent a charger with it. So that's pretty nice. I'm gonna keep everything all together in here. So let's get this hooked up. Got way more cable than I need, but like I said, I haven't made any permanent connections yet. And I crimped those ends on there myself. So we'll just take this. I'm not going to snap that closed, but that fits in there pretty good. Actually, I think I'm going to need to turn it this way. There we go, that's better. That way the tailgate will close. All right, my friends, give me a second. I'm going to hike up in red here and we'll throw some switches and see what we got. Let's see. Now back here I have this is just it's come loose, but an adapter for like a cigarette lighter device. And this right here is a couple of USB ports, and it's all connected together. So like I said, give me a second and I'll hike up in here. And I need to get these windows open in red too. I can feel the heat coming out there. Holy catfish. All right, we got our windows open. All right, let's flip the switch here. Yep. I did a quick test at home, but I was pretty confident everything stayed together. So I think we're good. I got my little fan here. We'll need that probably later tonight. And I've got more USB ports I installed up here toward the front. Let's see if that's charging. Yep. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that unplugged for right now. And yeah, one last little look. Well, looks like we're good. All right, my friends. Well, here in a little bit, we still got not too much longer, and we'll get that dinner going. So appreciate y'all hanging in there. Y'all take care, and well, we'll catch up about dinner time. All right, my friends, been fighting a bit of a wind issue, but I repositioned the grill a little bit, and I got the charcoal in there and got it fired up. So to go along with that, I thought we'd have some baked beans. We can heat those up right over the on the grill too. I went ahead and got my gloves on in preparation for the hamburger. There we go. I brought a trash bag with me. So right before we put these on the fire, I'll go ahead and cover them up. I want to get some weight in that pan. All right, let's tackle this hamburger. This and this. And what I have here is 1 pound of 80/20 hamburger. Get in there. Whoa! About lost that joker already. And to that, we go ahead and I'm going to loosen that up a little bit. There we go. Now here I have about half a cup of diced, very finely diced onion. Get them all in there. Make sure we don't lose that joker. Here I have just some Grill Mates Montreal steak seasoning. Excuse me. Grill Mates Montreal steak seasoning. Got a frog in my throat. And we're going to go with not quite a tablespoon, but close to it. More than a half, less than a full. That looks pretty good. All right, my friends, let me get all this combined up and then we'll make our patties. All right, well, they're all combined, so let's see about making these patties up. I went ahead and divided these up into about 3 roughly even sizes. I'm not sure how well I did. You never know until you're ready to actually make a patty out of it. And that's one. All right, my friends, I'm going to finish getting these made up, and then we should be ready to move over to the grill. All right, let's get them on there, my friends. There we go. All right, well, I'm going to wipe my hands off a little bit and pull a chair up, and we'll continue on. All right, my friends, I learned a lesson with this little portable grill. That grate and those coals are really close together. So the bottoms were just, it wasn't really cooking through, but the bottoms were starting to burn. So I put a piece of tin foil down and gave them a flip. And they seem to be coming along really nicely right now. They smell great, that's for sure. So, well, we're probably about halfway there, my friends. Cheers to you, my friends. Well, the wind has decided to lay down a little bit while we eat. That's kind of nice. And the third hamburger, I just put that in some foil and set it over there to cool off there on the tailgate. I'll throw it in the cooler here in a little bit. But there's no way I was going to get through 3 of these jokers. So we're going to go pretty simple with some, if I've got enough, some mustard. Well, my friends, the camera went bananas. So, we've got our bean. I'm not sure where we got cut off at. So we got our beans on our table, 2 hamburgers put together, ketchup and mustard. Took a bite. Let's take another one. Lost my napkin. That is pretty good, my friends. I like using Montreal steak seasoning in my hamburger. It comes out pretty good. Oh my goodness. Our beans are definitely cooled down. Still pretty good though. All right, my friends. Well, we've probably got about an hour of daylight left, so I'm going to tear into dinner. And then I think all we have to do for a fire is just chuck some firewood on them hot coals and we'll be good to go. So everybody, appreciate y'all hanging in there. Y'all take care, and we'll catch up after dinner. Oh, I'm starving. I was just starting to clean up, my friends, and we've already got a visitor. I'm gonna go say hi here in a second. Drop something? How you doing, buddy? He's right behind the towel. Move around here. No offense, buddy, but you look a little shabby. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be back. Holy catfish. He's still right over there if you can see him, just on the other side of that concrete pillar. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish cleaning up. Cheers to you, my friends. Well, our little buddy wandered off, and I didn't notice it at first, but then I was looking a little closer, and as he was wandering off into the woods, but he's got a limp. His front left paw, I suppose. So that's a shame. But he seems to be getting around okay. Oh my goodness. But nah, dinner worked out pretty good. Learned something about cooking on top of this joker. Holy catfish. I mean, as I said before, it's just so close to the coals that the bottom side was just starting to burn. It wasn't cooking through. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we saved him. Oh, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that battery works out tonight. What I have in the back of red doesn't draw that much power, and I don't keep things on all night long, except, well, maybe the little fan. So I guess the real test is going to be when I do a 2-night trip, which that's coming up next month. Holy catfish, it's going to be trout season. I'm looking forward to that. Oh my goodness. And I know we cooked something really simple tonight, but I've got something new for everybody next week. So kind of make up for it a little bit. But I wanted to do, this was kind of a pre-spring test, I suppose. Testing out cooking some hamburgers directly over the coals on this joker and the new battery. So hopefully everything works out pretty good. I guess we'll find out. Oh, but another reason I've got the smaller battery, which I really hope it works out pretty good, is for security reasons. I mean, that deep cycle battery, those things are not cheap. Holy catfish. And I've always been concerned, like when we go down to a lake or someplace like that, I walk off a good distance from red, that somebody could pop the back end open and snatch that battery. Now with that thing's so small, I can just put it up in the front of the cab and lock the doors and not be quite so concerned. Because with these doors on these camper shells, they do lock, don't get me wrong. But if someone was had a little bit of determination, you could pop those things right open. Holy catfish. Well, my friends, it seems like this has been a really good day. I mean, temperature-wise, all the way around. I got to see a critter. Sorry he's kind of wounded, but that's nature, I suppose. Well, my friends, what do we got here? Seagulls. You got to be kidding me. There are 3 seagulls flying around. Holy catfish. Well, 4. Maybe 5. I hear one over there too. Man, that's a rarity to see here in the middle of Indiana. Well, that's pretty crazy. We had a raccoon and then seagulls. That's pretty interesting. But I go on, my friends. Well, I definitely need to stoke up our fire here. That log's looking a little sad in there. So we're going to throw some more in there. So everybody, I appreciate y'all hanging in there this far. Y'all take care. And, well, I'll see you in the morning. Well, this really feels like spring, my friends, but it's all going to change again next week. A little wet this morning, my friends. Good morning, campers. Cheers to you, my friends. Well, we just polished that joker off. I brought a can of coffee with me on this trip because I had a feeling it might be a little damp when we got up, and I was right. Oh my gosh. Probably about, I think it was about, I did look at my cell phone. It was about 5 o'clock this morning, and we did have a little bit of a thunderstorm roll through. Woke me up, and it was raining pretty hard. But fortunately, I guess probably about half an hour before I decided to crawl out of red, it pretty much tapered off. And right now, I mean, we still got, moisture coming out of the trees, but the way the sky looks, it could come a cloud burst at any time again. So I didn't want to drag too much out this morning. But I'll save this for the new battery. Didn't have any issues last night at all, and seems like still got plenty of power this morning. All the lights and everything was working, and I put it through its paces last night because I've got the little portable DVD player that also runs off a 12 volt. So I fired that up, pulled out one of my battery chargers, charged up 2 of the GoPro batteries, and everything seems to be working just fine. But I think our real test will be when we do a 2-night trip, just to see, well, let's see how long it'll last. Oh my goodness. But in all, I think it's going to work out okay. And by gosh, it's a lot easier to move that little like 1.5 pound of battery around versus that 30-pound deep cycle battery. I'll tell you that. Oh my goodness. Oh, and we learned a little bit too about cooking on the little portable grill, as far as the heat source being in proximity to the food. So I'll make a mental note of that, because I plan on cooking on that joker again at some time in the future. Oh my gosh. But right now it's a pretty pleasant morning outside of I think it's starting to rain again. Yeah, it is. It's more of like a sprinkle right now, but I'm sure that's going to increase in intensity pretty soon. Well, my friends, I have to say this was still a pretty good trip. It was pretty windy yesterday, but it was just a great time to get out and we actually got to get outside and enjoy some outside time. I mean, with all the rain and thunderstorms that's been rolling through this entire week, I feel pretty fortunate. So everybody out there, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate y'all coming along on my little camping adventures. I truly do. I mean, a little bit of rain this morning or not, this has been a good adventure. So everybody out there, y'all take care. And as always, I'll see you soon.